Welcome to another episode of Glasses and Cups, brought to you by Limitless Digital Media and Bronell ENT. I'm your host, Double A. Joining me in the studio is my co-host, TanDope.
What up, do?
And this is a little bit about a lot. Intelligent conversation for the unintelligent world. TanDope.
What's good, boy?
That's a really nice t-shirt you got on. What's going on there?
You see how I do it, man?
It's
It's out here, man. Website coming soon. Viewers keep viewing. The website is coming soon. You're going to know exactly what to do and how to do it, when it's necessary to do it.
That's a nice shirt. I want one just like that.
I know, man.
Okay.
I need two more. Yeah, man.
All right. TanDope, tonight, before we get started, we just both want to extend our condolences to the families that lost loved ones, and send our thoughts and prayers and all the positive vibes we can to the people in Manchester, England, who were victims of a horrible terrorist attack recently. We just want you to know that you're in our thoughts and prayers. Okay, so now we're taking a pause for that moment. Let's talk about something interesting tonight, TanDope.
What's good?
Something good tonight. We're gonna talk about weed.
Oh, the sticky icky.
The stickiest of the icky. Yeah, the ganja.
Cannabis. Right.
Cannabis sativa. Okay, so here's a little problem.
What about it? What you want to know?
What are you gonna teach class?
No, I'm just saying.
Are you an herbologist?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No.
All right, well, check it out. Marijuana is not legal in this state, not in all states, and it's not legal at the federal level. I have a problem with that.
Okay.
Because there are people who smoke marijuana and it's illegal. We're in Florida. It's illegal in Florida. It's legal in Colorado. If you go to Colorado and you want to smoke weed, you can't. But here's the thing. If you are at the federal level, it's still illegal. That's a problem. I think marijuana should either be legal at the federal level and let every individual state make up their mind, or completely illegal across the board. Because the state and the federal government shouldn't be fighting each other.
Where are you at? Do you think it's good or bad?
I really don't
legal
think it's
or
good.
Illegal?
Here's the thing. Marijuana is a drug. Same way alcohol is a drug. Same way nicotine is a drug. Right? And we got all those other different designer drugs out there, ecstasy, da. Now, is marijuana in the same category as, say, heroin? Probably not.
Of course not.
Right? The effects are milder and
way different.
And the likelihood that you will die from using it, very much less. But the point is, though, is that it's still a substance that changes it's a mind altering substance, right? Same way alcohol is. Alcohol slows your mental function. It inhibits your ability to perform normal tasks, right? And if you do something that requires, your full facilities, like driving a car, you can die, right? You can, if you drive a car under the influence of any drug, even if it's a legal one.
Weed, you're not finna die. Now let's grow up
If you are under the influence of marijuana
weed, you're gonna be driving too slow.
And driving a car, you can accidentally
fall
kill
asleep.
yourself.
Yeah, accidentally.
If you fall asleep,
and tap somebody's bumper off their Pinto.
If you fall asleep at the wheel,
that's what could happen if you smoking bud.
If you fall asleep at the wheel, you could kill yourself.
Maybe.
And some other people. Maybe. That's what I'm saying. So driving under the influence, you shouldn't do it at all.
Right.
Alcohol,
marijuana,
don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. Look, even if you
But what's the worst of the two?
Even if you have a
what's the worst of the two?
Even if you have a prescription drug. Let's say I go to the dentist, right? And I have my wisdom teeth pulled. They might give me Percocet for the pain. Percocet is a legal drug.
Percocet.
It's a prescription drug. However, right on the label, on the warning label, it says, don't drive or operate heavy machinery under the influence of this drug because it may cause dizziness, sleepiness, right? It's not loss of motor function. So getting back to it, marijuana should be either legal at the federal level or completely illegal all the way across the board.
Here's the big picture. The big picture is they cannot tax the weed. If they knew how to tax the weed, it would already be in your local neighborhood, Walgreens, rolled up, pre-rolled, in a cigarello, Swisher, backwood, whatever you like of your choice.
Here's the thing.
For $10.99 plus the tax.
What the problem is the
problem.
anti-weed lobby is very, very strong. We come back to money and politics again because marijuana is illegal because they wanted hemp plants to be illegal way back in the day because hemp was easier to make into paper than wood pulp, right? But the people who own the factories that made wood pulp for trees and whatnot, out of trees, they didn't want hemp to be legal.
They know if weed come out, tobacco farmers will go out of business. Nobody's going to smoke a cigarette when you can walk around with a Big J, okay? So understand what I'm saying. They don't know how to tax it.
Yes, they do know how to tax it. No, they would tax it the same way as any other agricultural product.
Well, the problem is you can't tax it as any other agricultural because it's not.
Because the lobby against marijuana, the lobby against marijuana is so strong, right? Me personally, I say, why add another
legalize it?
Why add another legal drug to the mix?
It's less harmful than alcohol.
Is it?
I didn't hear you.
Are you sure?
I didn't hear you.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Nobody smokes too many joints and get raped. People get drunk. Yes. Women get drunk all the time and don't know where they are the next day. Where am I? Where? Somebody get me some.
No, time out.
Is that my draws?
You do
that shit. I'm being honest with you. Alcohol.
You get high and pass out.
Alcohol is a much more rougher ride than the doobie.
Are you telling me that you can't smoke like a lot of marijuana, like 4 or 5 blunts, and pass out?
I'm telling you.
You're telling me you can't pass out.
That's the most harm that you could do.
And
alcohol, but you're asleep. You would be asleep.
And then what happens to you when you pass out?
You're gonna wake up hungry. That's it.
I'm talking about.
That's it.
You just said
alcohol. You gonna have a pounding headache. You're not gonna be able to remember what happened. Oh, did I take my panties? She gonna be like, marijuana. Did I take the panties off? Did I tell him no? I can't remember if I told him no. Last time I remember, he was just taking off his boot. I don't remember.
Same thing with marijuana.
Alcohol.
If you pass out,
guess what? Bill Cosby slipped his thing into alcohol. I'll leave it at there.
He added an additional drug to that.
To alcohol. To alcohol.
What I'm saying is what
so
about?
It's much more than a gateway than marijuana.
So what about people who who dip their blunts in things like embalming fluid, or they add a little bit of
that's
PCP
something different.
To it.
We're talking about marijuana.
You mentioned Bill Cosby adding slipping a drug into alcohol.
Marijuana at its purest form is legal.
Mm-hmm. At its purest form,
it's no more legal. It's no more legal than a dried out grape that ferments and then produces alcohol, and then you suck it. Think about this.
What?
The creator. I know you don't believe in, we don't want to say God, and we're not getting religious here. But there are good fruits and good berries of this earth that you should eat from and be good and enjoy, right?
Right.
But you know how many people go around looking for the bad version of that fruit? The rotten version of that fruit. You want to eat it after it rot. You don't want the good plump stuff he had for you. You rather pay more to get the fruit rotted out.
So we're gonna dry out the leaf, chop it up, and then smoke it. Is that what you're saying?
No, all I'm saying is, man, it's crazy how it's just crazy how humans are where we are and how we work, man. Weed will be legal. I think it should be legal. I think it will be legal. In 2020, it'll be legal probably countrywide. Because then, like I said, they'll have it'll be probably another $2 for tax or something like that. But then you wouldn't be able to lock us up.
Why is it?
And then it'd be a whole different situation too.
Why is it illegal?
Less people be going to jail.
Why is it illegal then?
Why is it illegal? I just told you it's about the money. It would open up the whole market.
Why it was made illegal.
There's a stronghold on the market. If you legalize weed everywhere, bro, tobacco companies are going to shrink, and everybody else with individual money, you're going to make a few billionaires, bro. Which is going to in turn make a lot of billions.
Here's an interesting point, though, to your argument.
Promise you.
A lot of you see, the thing with tobacco is you need a big farm, a big plantation, a lot of land to grow tobacco.
Right.
All that stuff is already distributed. All that land is already out there.
Right.
However, you can grow marijuana in your backyard.
Man.
You can grow one little plant and take care of yourself and your family.
This weed is making the old ladies feel better. There's nothing wrong with that. These old people, they feel better. They joints moving. They hungry. They get the appetite back. Let them smoke a joint, man.
Look, medicinal marijuana is something that I'm okay with simply because we have medicinal opium.
Marijuana. Smoke the joint.
We have medicinal
Ain't nothing
opium.
wrong with that. It's saving people's lives, man. People coming back from diseases, man. It's changing their mind.
Look, I'm saying if it's
how they done forgot they had this shit.
If it's medicinal, if it's prescribed by a doctor, I'm okay with it simply because it's a controlled substance anyway. But what I'm saying is just for general use and recreation. Come on, man. Why are you adding some more stuff to the fire?
I mean, what do y'all think?
I don't know.
I think it should be legal. I think it's no more harmful than alcohol could ever be. And I think it should just be given a chance.
Why don't we do this? They need to make up their minds and either make it legal at the federal level and let the individual states make up their minds,
give it a chance,
or make it completely illegal everywhere.
Yeah.
That way we're not playing this back and forth.
2020 everywhere it'll be legal. I got a feeling.
All right, whatever. Look, there's a little part.
I got faith.
There's a tiny little part. I will say this in full disclosure. A little part of my West Indian brain that says, "The herb Jah put it upon the earth for I and I."
I know, right?
They found it on Solomon's grave, but that's beside the point.
You didn't know he had it. Okay.
Don't go there. It was found on Solomon's grave.
It's gonna be in there for the dime sack. It's gonna cost you $12.33.
Stop
for the sack. For the
Wait,
sack.
are you high right now?
I'm just saying.
I think he's high right now.
You smoke? I don't know. What happened?
I'm gonna tell your mama you high right now.
I don't know what happened. Next.
Moving on. Okay, fine. We'll leave weed alone for right now. Here's one of my pet peeves. I had a little conversation with my mother the other day, actually, about something. And I was a school teacher at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Little pet peeve of mine. One of those things is profanity in my classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I don't use profanity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I've never heard profanity.
Right.
I'm not. I have used profanity before. I've heard it before. But
of course you have.
Pretty much every adult has.
That's right.
Even my students had. I'm like, I've never heard that word used that way before.
Wrong day, you get cussed clean out.
But you know what? That's one. But there's one particular word that offends me more than anything else.
And what's the word that offends you?
I don't like the N-word.
Is that word? Oh,
I don't like the N-word.
The N-word?
Don't like it.
Oh, man, you got to stop.
Can't stand it.
Sound like my grandmother's grandmother, man. Stop, man.
I'm just saying. I know the origin of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where it came from.
Okay.
And what it was meant
Well, let's talk about that. What's the origin of the word? How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
I'm talking about the original spelling.
What's the original word?
The original spelling is actually the French word for black is nicher.
Spell it.
But we're talking about the N-I-G-G-E-R.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
We're talking about that word. That's the word I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay. Now, however you pronounce it, whatever, the root spelling, the original spelling is that word. And that word was used to dehumanize, right? And insult and degrade African slaves. Right. And then you say African American.
Is it safe to say that word has grown up or that it's metamorphed or that it's transformed into something else, sir? Or is that word still stuck at its origin?
The word is still the same word. How it's pronounced, spelled, and changed into colloquial slang.
Let me ask you a question.
It has changed.
Is Nigger the same as Niga?
In my mind, yes, it is.
Well, what if I told you Niga, nigga, stood for never ignorant, getting goals accomplished? One of my favorite rappers told me that.
Which one was that?
Tupac Shakur.
Oh, Tupac.
Oh, the late and great.
Told me that
never ignorant, getting goals accomplished.
I'm a fan of
nigga
Tupac.
means whatever you want it to mean, baby.
In my mind,
question to you is
still not what it means. No.
My question is, has the word changed?
No.
So no. So let me ask you a question. You just said it hasn't changed from Nigger to Niga.
It still means the same thing.
Okay. Has it changed from Niga to Niga?
It depends on... No. It's still the same word. Bastardizing it and changing the spelling doesn't mean that the word is in the same...
This is America, baby. Whenever you use a word the same way with a different emotion or anything on it, it changes, bro.
Look.
You can say fuck in 172 different octaves and it means different every single time.
No, we're not talking octaves. We're talking about that
What
word.
do you mean?
Okay. That word is capable of being used as a noun, a verb, an adjective, an
pronoun,
adverb,
all that.
pronoun.
Yeah.
Yes, I get that.
That nigga over there doing that nigga, you do that nigga,
but here's
that
the
nigga,
thing. Stop. The N-word
them niggas over
in
there.
and of itself is still, at its source, a word used to insult.
Why?
Degrade.
I use nigga as a
people of this skin tone.
I use nigga as a term of endearment
now I hear people
to all of
it
my
all
friends.
The time.
When
I hear
my friends, when I have good friends over, I say, these niggas right here, take care of them. These good niggas right here, take care of them. These
I
my
don't
niggas.
want to be that. I'm
That's
not that.
good.
I'm never going to be that.
Why?
Because that's not who I am. That's not what I am.
What are you? What are you?
I'm a man.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a man.
And what if a nigga mean you a super? What if a nigga meant you like a super
I'm
nigga?
sorry, but the way the word was used, the way the word was invented and used, it does not mean that. I don't care how many times you want to say it, it doesn't mean that. Take one of my favorite comedians.
Change the meaning to me.
Nope.
It don't mean that to me.
Do you like Richard Pryor?
Love Richard Pryor.
You know Richard Pryor, don't you?
You gotta tell me the African story.
I'm just saying.
You gotta tell me the African story.
I'm just saying.
You gotta tell me the African story.
So you know the African story.
I know the African story.
Okay. So when I say to you then that...
But we ain't in Africa.
Oh. Okay.
We ain't in Africa.
That's fine. But you call yourselves African Americans, don't you?
Do I?
That's what I heard.
I can call myself a nigga. I just told you what nigga mean to me.
It doesn't mean that though.
Well, who says who?
So you're saying...
Who are you, good sir?
So you're saying depending on who says the word, it changes meaning?
Obviously.
Really?
Obviously.
Okay.
That's why white people upset they can't say it. It's a cat running around. Somebody catch it. It's out the bag. It's out the bag.
Okay, well, here's a question for you.
Obviously.
If the word changes meaning depending on who says it, and does it change meaning depending on the intent behind it?
Of course, bro. If a white person used the word nigger, they're going to say nigger.
Are you sure?
Nigger.
Not every time.
Nigger.
I have seen...
They're not going to say nigger. If they walk up to you and say, what's up, my nigga? Then you need to shake their hand too and just respect their man.
Not really.
Why not?
Because
he might have been raised in a urban community. Who knows? I don't know. But most white people ain't going to come up to you and say, what's up, my nigga? They're not going to say that to you because they know better than that. They're going to say,
I think everybody should know better than that.
Nigger.
I think everybody should know better than that because I will more than likely punch you in your throat.
Why would you do that?
Because don't call me that word.
Look, man, it's 2017, man.
That
it's
word,
2017, man.
If you want to use
it's
it,
2017, man.
I
Get
don't
out
want
the space module.
No.
Get out the time capsule, man.
Okay,
it's
fine.
2017.
Time out. You said the word changes depending on who says it.
You still got a trigger word?
Yeah, and it's a pretty big trigger. You said the word means different things depending on who says it to you. Is that what you're saying?
White people, you can call me a nigga all you want. Do you know what that means to me? Absolutely nothing. Because you know what? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, a man is only what he thinks of himself.
And I think of myself as being better than that word. So don't call me that word. It don't
matter. It ain't what they call you. It's what you answer to. Really? It's not what they call you. Really? It's what they answer to.
Really?
You see what I'm saying?
You're going to try that backwards ass logic
I'm being honest with you. It's only what you respond to and what you give power is what has power. It don't have no power if you say it don't have no power. Nigga. If it don't have no power, it don't have no power.
The word
itself. Please, somebody bring Jimmy the Cricket on later.
The word itself. Don't think I forgot. The word itself to me.
Mr. J. Frog, one of the people, please.
The word itself to me means less than nothing.
Really?
That's what
Says who?
That's what it means
the Dutch
to me.
Or the English slave master.
That's what it means to me.
They ain't even here no more.
They're the ones who decided to use it to describe your ancestors.
You know what you could do?
And my
You know what you could do? You could look up their names.
Look.
And you could go prick walk on their grave right now if you wanted to. And nobody would stop you. And nobody would stop you.
Probably.
They not here. So what he said and what he means don't mean nothing.
Okay, well, what about this?
Don't mean nothing. He ain't here to defend shit.
Look, there are people who still use that word.
Tell him get out the box and stop you from saying it.
Originally,
tell him to get out the box and stop me from saying it as friend. It's a term of endearment for me. I love all my niggas. I hang out with all my niggas, and I like to have fun with all my niggas.
What about people who don't know the original, who don't know the history? You understand the history of the word, don't you?
Of course.
You know where it came from. You know how it was used. And you know how you use it and what the evolution of it is in your mind.
Of course.
So you understand it in its totality. What about people who don't understand it? What about young people who
should not be using the word? Anything that you don't understand, you should not be doing.
So what are we saying to our youth then who don't understand it, who've never picked up a damn history book, who've never read, who've never been educated? Should they be able to use the word?
If you don't know how to use the word, you shouldn't use it. Just like any cuss word, when you say it and it sounds stupid, just like you hear it in a song or in the music and it sounds stupid, you don't use it, and you say, that's corny, man, turn that off, you shouldn't use it. You don't know how to use it, don't use it. When you know how to use it, use it. It's that simple.
Here's my thing. Words.
This ain't tough, man. It's easy.
Words are not things that can physically hurt you.
No.
My mom used to say, words are wind.
Right.
Right?
Right. Music to my ears.
Words are wind. Mm-hmm. They're just words, right? Mm-hmm. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Right.
Now, words cannot physically hurt you, but words can hurt your mind.
Can they?
Because.
Why?
Here's the thing. Words, the ability to speak, the ability to transmit the thoughts that are in my head to your head by use of a common language is an immensely powerful tool, right? Some of the greatest thoughts and greatest things in history we have because of language, because we can communicate our thoughts, right? We understand how to travel great distances. We understand how to do things that before were impossible.
Right.
Because of words. No. Let me finish my thought now. Because of words.
I'm gonna let you finish.
The invention of the automobile, right? The airplane, right? Toothpaste, shoelaces, right? All these things because of words. The great thoughts, the great emotions, poetry, music, art, because of language. Words are immensely powerful things. And when you use a word to denigrate, dehumanize, and otherwise attempt to destroy mentally another person by calling them less than human, that word becomes tainted.
Let me ask you a question.
Right? You cannot continue to use that word and mean it to mean something positive.
Well, we're going to wrap up. But before we do, I want to make sure I make this comment.
Go ahead and speak. Speak your mind. Now, sound like you got something deep.
Now, two things. First thing, you said that we shouldn't use a word because it can do more damage to you mentally, right? I want to make sure that I'm paraphrasing, but I'm saying pretty much what you're saying.
Up a bit, but that's where I'm going with that.
Now, it's imperative to note that most language is demonstrated by not what's being said at all, but the body language in which it's being presented.
So you're talking about communication in that what is said is important, but not as important as how it's said, tone of voice, body language. That's exactly
what I'm telling you.
So you're saying the meaning of the word
totally changes once the intent and the infliction upon the personal use and intent is shown. That's first thing.
That is important.
That's first thing.
That is true.
That's very much so first.
90% of human communication, body language.
Second thing.
Nonverbal.
Second thing. I think we've earned the right. If we've taken a word that started as negative and made it to where it means something positive amongst ourselves, if no one else, we've won.
I say, why use it at all? Why not eliminate it from the vocabulary?
Let me tell you what the real problem is.
Why not eliminate it
There's
from the
a special someone, you know who you are, the demographic in society, who is not allowed to say this word without harsh or an ass kicking, quickly, swiftly following.
What he meant to say, disastrous consequences
may occur if you use this around the wrong niggas, and you are obviously not a nigga talking about niggas. So what I'm gonna tell you is, that is the real problem. That word cannot be used by a certain community. And because that community has had control for so long, that now they've lost control of one of their own gifts to us, they're nutty.
Two things.
They're nutty.
One, that word is not a gift.
They're nutty.
That word is not a gift in any way, shape,
It is
or form.
if you changed it. No. Somebody could give you the most piece of shit car ever. If you take your money and your hard wheel and you change it and you turn it into an Aventador Lamborghini, it ain't shit nobody can tell you.
Okay, that's all very well and good.
The person who gave it to you can keep telling everybody they gave you a 1920 frame. But what you gonna ride down the street in is the question. And when you change something, which we all have the ability to do with our energy and our mind power, what we decide to put on things, and we have the ability to change things and change things from negative to positive. That's really why, us niggas is here.
Look,
is to change everything negative into positive. That's really what we do. But we just get the opposite in media. And
normally,
society.
I would insist on getting the last word on this one. But
what y'all think?
I think that where we are is I think we have not a complete impasse.
I'm not finna stop saying the nigga. I'm not finna stop saying the N-word because little Timmy can't say the N-word.
And I'm gonna continue to not like the word. And I'm gonna continue.
Says who? What do y'all think?
Here's the thing.
What do they think? That's the question.
If you want to use it, that's fine. If you don't mind if people address you that way, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Am I within my rights to say I'm not going to use the word? That's my choice. And I would prefer if you didn't address me using that word.
That's like it's one word that I never use. And it's a derogatory term for women. Mm-hmm. And it's a C. And it's a 4-letter word. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking
about? Rhymes with that thing you do with a football?
Rhymes with punt. Mm-hmm. I would never use that word, bro, to ever describe a woman.
You know they use that word all the time in Australia and
England? Bro, I would never use that word, and I've never used that word. If a woman told you that, she a lie. I ain't never used that word because I always thought that was so derogatory. You see what I'm saying? So it's all with the power that you give the word.
But do you know that word is used all the time in places like in England and Australia? It's not.
It sounds so nasty to me, man. It sounds really nasty. I would never call a female.
Hey, I'm not saying that I would. I'm just saying that in some places in the world, it's not.
She would be 1,000 B's before she would be a C. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm
saying? All right. So, folks, what do you all think? I mean, do we use the word? Do we not? Is it a personal choice? Where are we going from here? Because really, we can argue round and round all day long. Send us some thoughts. Send some comments. Send us some more topics for next week. We're coming up on episode 16.
Yeah, it's getting here.
Right.
Thank you for the views. Always.
Indeed. You ready to call the show?
So, it's been our pleasure. And remember, these are our opinions and not yours. But now it's time to decide, right or wrong, whose side you on, TanDope or the other guy. Wonk, wonk, wonk. And be sure to leave comments below, and it can become the topic of our very next show.
Look, if you disagree with our opinions, educate yourself and formulate your own. But in the meantime and in between time, note that the t-shirts are out. The website will be up in 1 to 2 weeks, right? So you'll be able to get them for yourself. And click here to subscribe. Click down here to see some stuff we already said.
Yeah.